Hey y'all, welcome to Corn Dog Caravan. I am Chris, and behind the camera it's Ray, and today we are going to talk about our Dometic refrigerator freezer.
I'm Ray, and you're watching the Corn Dog Caravan channel. My wife Chris and I decided there's more to life than working and doing house projects. So we sold everything we own, built out a Ram ProMaster we call Lotus because others think it's stupid, and are traveling full-time, seeing friends, family, and exploring the beautiful country around us, along with our two Boston Terriers.
Thank you for joining us today. If you are not yet a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you know when a new video comes out. Like, share, all the things. So let's get into this. We've been on the road for almost two years, and if you look down in the description below, we are going to link a video that we did maybe 2.5 years ago when we actually bought our Dometic refrigerator and did an unboxing. So a little bit about the fridge. It is the Dometic CFX75DZW. Basically what that means is it's dual zone. It can be run off Wi-Fi. Not run off Wi-Fi, but you can attach it to you can link it to your phone. It can be run on DC, AC, a 12 volt system, a 24 volt system. It's 2.5 cubic feet, which basically means it holds 75 quarts of stuff. Before I actually show you the refrigerator, I want to talk to you about the design that we decided to go with on our van build. We watched so many van build videos, and we also watched a lot of people who did their second van build because people had lived in their vans and they were doing things differently because they had lived this lifestyle. We thought for sure, because everybody else was doing it, that we were going to put our Dometic fridge on a rollout drawer style design. As Ray was thinking that through, he knew I wouldn't be happy with that. He just knew it, because we knew this was going to be our layout, and if we had this on a drawer, that would mean while I'm cooking, the drawer would be out and I would actually have this much cooking space to work with if I wanted to be able to access my fridge while I was cooking and not having to open and shut it all the time. So he came up with a design. I'm sure other people have done it too. We haven't seen it. We decided to take our countertop and put a piano hinge on the back. And then that way, instead of having a pull-out drawer system, we actually have a lift and lock system. That way the countertop stays up and we are able to open our refrigerator and freezer. And as long as we're level, that stays up. We're not level today. While I'm cooking, I leave that up. I have all of this space, I have all of my floor space, and I can come to the fridge as often as I need to without feeling, and I am claustrophobic, so without being confined to like this 2x2 space right here. So because it needs ventilation, we have our vent here. We call it our confessional. It looks like a confessional to us, and it's right next to the toilet. We still have access to all of our controls, and then we have a hidden compartment in the back that stores dry goods when we run out of space in the cabinet above. So lifting it up, it allows us 2 drawers underneath for additional storage. When we're in drive mode, we have it locked in. This Dometic is a dual zone, which basically means we have 2 zones. You can run them both as refrigerators, both as freezers, or one or the other. So this side over here is the larger side, and we use that as our fridge. On this side, we use it as our freezer. We're fully aware that the light is blinking. Based on the website, it says it's because we've left the lid on for more than 3 minutes. I don't think we've ever done that. However, we do need to defrost our freezer, and we think that might be the problem. With that being said, I want to show you the freezer side, or what we're choosing to use as a freezer side, is a little bit smaller. It has this removable basket, and it gives you more space down in the bottom. What we've noticed or found out recently is that that little space down there can hold 3 1.5 quarts of ice cream. We know this because we have done this and eaten this. And as you can see, our freezer is dirty and we're about to clean it. This also comes out, but it's iced in, so I can't remove that basket. We're gonna be doing a defrost today. The panel on the side allows you to control the temperature. And you can see here, that's the refrigerator side. It's the big square. And the freezer side, it kind of shows you that it's that odd shape. You can control that from here, or if you have your phone set up with the Wi-Fi system, you can control it from your phone.
The fun part today is we're going to be doing a defrost cycle on the freezer side. The refrigerator side never freezes up. Although, because we keep the temp so cold on the refrigerator side, sometimes our creamer does get a little frosty around the edges. What's nice with the dual zone is you can turn off one section at a time, or you can turn them both off. It's completely controllable temperature. You can run fridge, freezer, however you want to do it. So we're going to turn off the zone for the freezer. And I'm actually going to do that on the app, so I'm going to grab my phone. We should still be connected. And on the app, it does allow you to control the temperature, both fridge or freezer, whichever side you've got. And then for this side, I'm going to click here. And do you want to turn the compartment off? Yes. So we're going to turn that side off to allow that to begin to defrost. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the inner liner. It's all frozen solid, so it's going to stay good and cold. And then we're just going to empty this out, and then with a plastic scraper, as this begins to thaw out, scrape away the ice, clean it out, and then load it back. So as you hear the hair dryer, what Chris is doing is just helping speed up the process of melting off the ice on the inside. I think it's been about a year since we did this, so it's been pretty good time.
So tell them how many watts our inverter is.
Okay.
Because not everybody can run a hair dryer.
Yeah, so our electrical system, we've got a all-in-one unit. We'll do a separate video on this completely, but it's 2,400 watts. We run a 24-volt system, and we're using battle-born batteries and 640 watts of solar. And we almost never have to plug in. It's pure desperation. Maybe after about 2 weeks of really bad weather. But probably the biggest draw in our entire system is probably the Dometic. It's running it on a 24-volt system. I think right now we were using about 2.3 amps. So if you figure it's going to cycle probably 50% of the time, you know, over a 24-hour period, that's going to be decent amount of juice, but you know, luckily we have enough solar and everything. But it's 2.3, 2.4, and we do run our fridge and freezer really cold. We run the refrigerator, I think, at 35 degrees, 36 degrees, and we run the freezer sometimes 7 degrees below, so, which is, I think, the maximum of the unit, because we want our ice cream really good and firm and everything else. So we probably could use a little bit less electricity if we adjust it to the temperatures, but we have the power, so we don't have to do that. So as she's defrosting it with the hair dryer, which I think is probably 1,800 watts, we do have the inverter on, but we'll turn that off when we're done. But also, we have our vacuum system that we use to clean the van when we're doing a really thorough clean. It's a Rainbow. It uses water as the filtration. That Rainbow is probably 35 years old, and it just runs like it's brand new. But the nice thing about the Rainbow is it uses water as the filtration to trap all the dust and all the dirt. But you can also pick up water with it. So I've got a little bit of water in it now, just as we run it at the beginning, just to kind of filter the air inside. Plus, it'll suck up all the water in the bottom, so we won't have to use a lot of towels. So Now it does have a drain plug in the bottom, but since the unit is mounted in the cabinet, I have no way to get to the bottom of it. So think about that when you're, I guess when you're designing your cabinet and your box and everything for your fridge freezer. All of those kinds of things in mind, especially if you've got a front mount and it freezes up, all that water is going to come out of the front, whereas in this it's got the sealed case and all the water is trapped. So also too, top mount versus front mount. Top mount is much more efficient because your cold air goes down, not up. And if you have a front door, like on a regular house fridge, when you open that door, if you've got anything where the air can go down, if you've got it mounted up a little bit, your cold air, as soon as you open that door, all that cold air is going out of the fridge. So much more efficient having the top load. We're super happy with it. We've had no problems with it. Yeah, the light blinks, but that's probably going to be cleared up today. It does have a light, so I'm glad it even works. So we'll get back to you once we get it all defrosted and cleaned up.
So sometimes you get lucky and big old chunks come off. Ooh, yay! The hairdryer is helping a lot. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, big chunks.
Can you get the basket out?
Let me see.
Alright, we got all the ice out.
Like in under 5 minutes.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long at all. And then he is going to suck up all the water. Alright, the final step is just to clean everything.
All the little nooks and crannies.
Yeah. Well, we live on the road, so we get more dirt in here than we probably realize until we start moving stuff around. So now that we got it all nice and clean, we're going to put it all back together again. This goes in. There we go. Put our breakfast burritos back in here. Those are like a staple for us. Actually, I'm going to keep 2 out so we can have one for breakfast tomorrow. All right, and then this is just going to go. Ooh, it slides right on in. Nice. And are you going to turn it back on?
Yeah, so to turn the unit back on, either from your Wi-Fi app or from your controls right here, just hit. Okay, and now I'm on the control for the freezer side. Now I'm going to hit the power button. I can't remember how to do it from the controls here. I just tried it a second ago and I failed miserably. So what I'm going to do now is just come back to my phone, and now I'm just going to hit this button here for the freezer side. Do I want to turn it on? Okay, boom.
So moral of the story is,
and then I'm going to adjust the temperature.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, just use the Wi-Fi. And let's kick this bad boy down to 0. All right, so we still have our warning. That should clear up probably once it resets. It detects there's a compressor turning on for this side. And we are done.
So once we sign off here, I've then got to clean the refrigerator side, but I'm not going to put you through that. Moral of the story is we are super happy with our Dometic. We had good customer service when we bought it. Luckily, we haven't had to use them since we've had it. We've been running it consistently for almost 2 years and have had no problems. Knock on wood. And our light quit blinking. So I think it needed a reset.
Yeah, and
it's got
an LED. Yeah, it's got a really good LED light inside. It's rare that we're ever getting into the freezer at night, sneaking
ice cream
bars out at night. kind of hard to sneak in a small van. Also, too, on the control setting, when you go through the setting, you can control the temperatures, but you can also change it from Fahrenheit to Celsius. You can also, the dimmer. This blue light, we like a really dark room, so you may want to just adjust the dimmer, you know, on the blue light, just so it didn't keep you up at night. The fan noise, probably early on, we noticed it. Well, we noticed it, yeah, and then now it's just...
Yeah, it's just like white noise now. We've gotten used to it. So, thank you very much for joining us today. Hope you got something out of this video. Hope it helps you decide on what type of fridge you're looking at. We've been super happy with our Dometic. I know I've said that 3 times. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share us with your friends, and we'll see you next time.
If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and let us know if it was helpful. Also, please comment below if you have any questions about the van build or suggestions about the future content as we build out this channel. Follow us along our journey on Facebook or Instagram using Corndog Caravan. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and tell your friends about our channel.